All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world from Cardiff, Wales, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my left. He is fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing silver trunks with black trim, he joins us from Ozark, Alabama in the United States. He weighed in at the limit of 12 stone, or 168 U.S. pounds, with a record of 25 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the number 9 contender by the WBO. Please welcome the challenger and the 2-time WBA Super Middleweight Champion of the World, known as the Hammer from Bama, introducing Byron Gator Mitchell. And his opponent across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from and representing his home of Newbridge, South Wales. He weighed in at 11 stone, 13 pounds, 167 U.S. pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 35 wins, no losses, 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight he is making the 13th defense of his title. Here is the WBO Super Middleweight Champion of the World, boxing's pride of Wales, introducing the undefeated Joe Calzaghe. Once again, our referee in charge, Dave Paris, now to give instructions, 12 rounds of action schedule.
I'll give you both instructions in the dressing room. Remember, boys, break when I tell you to, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Although it doesn't always work out, this one has the makings of a very competitive fight. Calzaghe very aggressive. Mitchell doesn't run. Calzaghe probably has more in his arsenal. But will his inactivity be a factor? Seemingly an upgrade in competition for Calzaghe following his last 2 fights. And Calzaghe, a completely different fighter than Mitchell's last opponent, Sven Aki. Here we go, the southpaw against the conventional fighter, Calzaghe in the black with the white trim. And Mitchell, all the way from Alabama to fight here in Cardiff, Wales, in the silver with the black and white trim.
Calzaghe very cognizant of the fact that Julio Cesar Green knocked Mitchell down twice in the first round of their fight, and he said, I may do something like that if I can find the right punch in the first round.
And Mitchell, of course, came back to stop Green in round 4. Known as a comeback fighter, a resilient fighter, but the Welshman, an awkward southpaw to deal with, and that is a push. Calzaghe has never been down in his career. He slipped on one of the advertisements. Calzaghe throws a lot of punches, a game predicated on aggression. Digging to the body there with the left hand. Now uppercuts. And back comes Mitchell with a flurry. Calzaghe fast and strong, and now, while it's not a major attribute, has exhibited one-punch power in the past. But his trademark is his work ethic.
Yeah, he throws lots of combinations. One of the problems Mitchell has sometimes had is when you throw combinations at him, he will just go into a cocoon and not counterpunch and not do anything. And he told us before this fight, he's worked very hard not to do that against Calzaghe. That would really put him in a deep hole in this fight.
That's right. Mitchell, historically not a fast starter, but he's been training to start faster.
2 good left hands by Calzaghe.
But Mitchell is tough, determined, durable. Calzaghe continues to score.
Calzaghe is squaring himself up to Mitchell. He's doing one of the things that I mentioned to Keys he shouldn't. There you see him. He's standing square up, and he is
a barrage by the Welshman.
Tremendous hand speed by Calzaghe. That's his stock and trade. He's making it count right now.
Big left hand that connected by Calzaghe. Upstairs on Mitchell, and he goes right back to it.
There you see Mitchell in that cocoon. When the combinations come, he's not punching back.
Another left hand by Calzaghe, right on the nose. This must feel like an extremely long round for the American. Now a right hand up top by Calzaghe. You're going to hear some kind of a roar when the bell sounds.
For Byron Mitchell, not a good start, although early on, this was a dangerous situation for Calzaghe. He could easily have injured his ankle there. Thank goodness for everybody he didn't. And after that, the rest of the round went very well for Calzaghe. Mitchell taking a lot of punches, and one of the things about Calzaghe, and you see it here, a variety of punches. Yes, they're kind of wide, but he always mixes in the uppercut and some pretty good left hooks. Those are very wide punches, and they shouldn't all be landing against Mitchell.
Calzaghe dominating the opening round, and it's funny, he said he'll use his boxing skills more, which he feels doesn't get enough credit to open up his opponent, but he went right to town. He calls it controlled aggression, and Mitchell told us defense would be crucial. Boy, was he right.
And there wasn't much in that first round. The other thing that Mitchell knew he had to do was counterpunch. He tried, but was very inaccurate. And when I said that Calzaghe had squared himself up to Mitchell, he did on many occasions, but it was Mitchell's failure to be accurate with his punches that really allowed Calzaghe to get away with it.
And back comes Calzaghe again. Yeah, Mitchell intended to be very busy, but Calzaghe just won't give him the opportunity. He has been swarming. As he's doing here, there's not much movement side to side by Mitchell.
And he is not a fighter that's known for that kind of lateral movement. So, and in this tiny ring, we shouldn't see too much of it. So he's going to have to live or die on his power, which, let's remember, can show up later in a fight like it did against Frankie Lyles. And there's good body work by Mitchell. So as bad as Mitchell, oh wow.
Down goes Calzaghe for the first time in his career, and he gets up in wobbly fashion. Unbelievable. Out of nowhere. Midway through the second round, and you called it. There's Mitchell.
He can punch. Calzaghe's in big trouble, and he's not boxing.
Mitchell, Mitchell goes down. A second round right out of Hollywood with a minute to go in round two. A flash knockdown. Mitchell got up quickly. Two knockdowns in this second round. First Calzaghe for the first time ever, and then Mitchell for the fifth time in his career. Unbelievable action. Oh, what a shot by Calzaghe. And what has to be a candidate for round of the year.
We expected a quick start, but nothing like this.
Non-stop action.
Calzaghe's throwing and missing a lot of punches, though. He has to be careful.
It's all over. Dave Paris has stopped the fight near the end of round two. As Mitchell bounced off the ropes, he says he's seen enough, and Calzaghe wins in a wild affair.
Well, there will be some second guessing of that stoppage, to be sure.
Number one by Mitchell.
Yeah.
You see his reaction. He's upset.
He had been stunned, there's no question. And, you know, you see Mitchell there while he was distressed. He's one of the more stoic people you'll bump into. And after this wild second round, you'd think there might be more complaints, but he's not complaining that much. We'll see. Yeah, well, now he is. This is the first time this has ever happened to Joe Calzaghe as an amateur or pro. Gets nailed with a quintessential right hand from Byron Mitchell, and he can punch with that fight. He gets up, shows a lot of grit and determination, and a lot of composure in many respects by coming back. He did it in a wild fashion, but he was still able to come back. Mitchell left himself open, and Calzaghe, throwing wide, wild punches, was able to land against Mitchell. That left hand was right on the point of the chin, and that put Mitchell down for actually the only time in this round, because the second wasn't called a knockdown when he was pushed against the ropes. It could have been called. Instead, the referee stopped the fight. We'll take a look at where the fight was being stopped. Mitchell hit with some major shots here. There's no question about that. He gets nailed, and I believe it would be a punch that will send him against the ropes. Yep. He gets nailed with big shots and will ultimately be pushed against the ropes. The hand speed of Calzaghe, you see, very impressive here. And that's what makes Joe Calzaghe special, though he's missing a lot of shots. And you can see Mitchell is wobbled. But you see Mitchell is landing some counter punches as well. And the referee stepping in to stop it. He was really almost pushed against the ropes. I'm not even sure you would call that a knockdown. So this will certainly raise some controversy. And you see Al Banani already starting to debate this with referee Dave Paris, who, by the way, is from London.
We'll take a look at the entire second round again in a moment. But first, let's go to Jim Gray with post-fight reaction.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Byron, what happened there? Did you want this fight to be stopped?
No, that fight, I think it was stopped a little prematurely. I couldn't get used to the barrage of punches coming at the time. It was just a moment before I recovered, though. He caught me with some nice punches, but I was a little off balance.
How did he manage to catch you after you knocked him down? It looked like you were going in for the finish, and he just started swinging wildly.
We went in. I was going in for the finish, and he caught me coming in.
Was it a mistake that you made there?
Yeah, I think so. It was carelessness, a little carelessness. I should have been a little more precautious. I figured he was hurt, and I was just going to finish him off.
What did you say to the referee, Dave Paris, as this ended?
I think he stopped it a little too soon.
Well, the doctor in the corner couldn't believe it was stopped. The doctor
Al Banani, go ahead.
The doctor in the corner said he's okay. I said, I know he's okay, Doc. They should have given him a little bit more time. This is a world championship fight. There's 20 seconds left in a round. There's no reason to stop it at that point. I mean, he was okay.
What do you do from here now, Byron? You fought a good fight here tonight. You put Calzaghe down for the first time, but you've come to Europe now 3 times and gone home with nothing.
Yeah, I understand that, but hey, you got to take your hat off to the guy. He's a great champion.
Take your hat out to you. You did a heck of a job.
I'm not downing myself. I'm not, degrading myself, but by the same token, I'm giving him credit where he's due credit. You can't take anything away from him. He's a great guy. He defended his title successfully, and I'll be back, though.
Did Calzaghe tell you he'd give you a rematch?
No, he didn't, but I don't know.
We're going to talk
it's in negotiations.
Well, here comes Joe Calzaghe now. Hopefully we can get him in here. If we can get him in here in the next moment. Joe Calzaghe, if you can come on in. As he's walking over, we'll ask him right here while you're here, Byron. Joe, congratulations on that fight tonight.
Thanks, Byron.
First of all, would you give Byron a rematch? If we can turn you around to our cameras here, would you give him a rematch based on the way this was stopped?
Well, yes, obviously. I felt that in the first round I had 6.5 months frustration, and to be honest, I thought I was going to box him because I knew I could catch him with the right hand. But like I did with Brew, I got suckered into a punch. I felt I had the hand speed, and I hurt him a lot in the first round. Tried to open up, but he's got a great chin. I give him credit, he's got a fantastic chin, a champion's heart. In the second round, I slipped, man, but no, he caught me with a good punch. And the first time I went down in my professional career. But you always think what would happen one day if you got put down. How would you respond? And I think I showed a champion's heart. I got straight back up, my equilibrium, my senses. I was more embarrassed than anything. Being down for the first time in my life, I stood up, and I could see Barry. I knew he'd rush me to try and finish me, so I stepped back, counter-punched him and dropped him as well. Then I had him shaken. Whether the referee should have stopped it, that's up to the referee.
Well, that's what I want to ask you. You're a sportsman. You've always been honest with us, so try and be forthright here. Should he have stopped the fight?
I'm not sure. That's something I knew he was hurt.
Well, you were looking over begging the referee to stop. You kind of coached the referee, and of course he is from Great Britain.
I think he'd be a bit biased there, man. I think he'd be a bit biased.
Did you not look over, though?
Well, at the end of the day, I don't like hurt opponents. I've done the same with Will McIntyre. I dropped him, then I waved the referee in, and I finished in the next round. I felt that I was hurting Byron with every shot I was landing. He caught me with one good shot.
Do you think that influenced the referee at all, that you did wave him in and look at him?
I can't remember actually doing that, but I'll look at the replay. But obviously, Byron is a champion. He's got champion's heart, and nobody likes to take defeat. Simple as.
What now for you? What will you do? Will you try and unify the title, or will you fight Byron again right away?
Well, the idea of this is to get a big unification fight. You know, Byron, this should have been a unification fight between me and Byron. He should be a two-time world champion. He got ripped off in Germany, and I've had to fight another former champion. No disrespect, but I want to win the other belts. I've been champion nearly 6 years. It's about time I get a big money fight with Bernard Hopkins. I'll get a unification fight. I've beaten 5 former champions.
Will you come to the United States to do that?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I'm just turned 31, a bit proud of my life. But let's hope that the next time I'm not 6.5 minutes out of the ring. I was 6.5 minutes out of the ring, and I had a lot of anger in me, and maybe I took it out too much, and I got slippery, and I got caught with a great punch. Good puncher, great chin, great art, and I take my hat off to Byron Mitchell.
Joe, congratulations. Byron, thank you for your time.
Thanks very much.